wait a second. Jesus, no, if you're going to defeat somebody, you can't die on the way to defeating them. And Jesus says, no, watch this. Jesus died on the cross, and by his death, defeated the power of hell, defeated the power of death, defeated the power of sin. And now here we are trying to figure out, how do we fight our battles? How do we fight this battle between heaven and hell, between light and darkness? And Jesus could have quoted the scribes and the Pharisees when he stood up in the synagogue, but instead he said something to this effect: "You've heard it said to you, but I say to you." That shows up a lot in the Sermon on the Mount. You've heard it said to you, the authorities, the experts, the people that you trust, they've said these things to you, but I say to you, speaking in his own authority. Read the Gospel of John. The scribes and the Pharisees, they come to him and they say, "By whose authority are you saying these things? Who authorized you to say such things?" Well, now you and I know the end of the story. You and I know that heaven itself has authorized Jesus to speak for heaven. But the only person in this sleepy synagogue who recognizes who Jesus is, who gets it, he's speaking for heaven, is the demon. The only one, and this includes the disciples. Because for the next 8 chapters, the disciples are going to be going, "Who is this guy? Who is he?" It's not until Mark chapter 8, verse 29, that a human being finally recognizes who Jesus is. He's on the way back from Caesarea Philippi, which is in the north. He's going up north, and he's coming back, and he says, "Hey, fellas, disciples, who do people say that I am?" Well, some say John the Baptist. Others say Elijah or one of the prophets. Okay, all right. Well, who do you say that I am? And we know this. Peter says, "You're the Christ. That's who you are." Jesus didn't say, "Yeah, the demons got there first there, Peter. Sorry about that." But in Mark, the demons know more than anybody else. They're quicker out of the gates. They're a little quicker on the uptake. What do the demons know in the Gospel of Mark? Long before Peter makes his very famous confession, the demon in this passage says, "I know who you are, Jesus of Nazareth. You're the Holy One of God." Shut up. Shh. Get out of here. Chapter 3, verse 11. A demon being cast out. "You're the Son of God." Shh. Quiet. Get out of here. And then again in chapter 5, verse 7, another demon. "You're the Son of the Most High God." And it's not until several chapters later that Peter finally gets it. But you remember what Jesus says in the Gospel of Matthew when Peter finally gets it. He says, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah. For this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. God himself has revealed to you who I am, Peter." And so I conclude, you and I, we need heaven's help to distinguish heaven's authority. Jesus said, "Many will come to you in my name." And many have come to you in Jesus' name. Many, including me, have come to you saying, "I speak for God." I'm going to tell you what God says. I'm going to tell you what you as a Christian need to be doing. Hey, if you're a Christian, here's what you need to be doing. Some might even say, it's time to strap on swords in Jesus' name. It's time to stop being nice in Jesus' name. It's time to stop playing by the old rules. They're not working. It's time for us to fight fire with fire. And what if the world's going dirty? We better go dirty too. They may claim to speak in heaven's name, and you may even think for a while, this person has authority. But in point of fact, we need heaven's help to distinguish heaven's authority.